So today we have
Coley.
All right. So where are you from?
Lithonia, in Decatur,
And where did you go to school?
MLK.
Awesome. So when you decided that you wanted to start doing music, how was your family support?
When I first decided I wanted to start doing music, my family had no idea about it. Dickhead. My family had no idea about it. I've been writing like raps and songs since like 7th grade. And my mom always knew I did poetry, but she never knew like I rapped and like was a rapper until my first semester of college. So fall of 2014.
And how did she feel about it?
She was like, "Oh, like you're good." That's back when I didn't really have much positive to talk about. I wasn't as mature as I am now, and my music reflected at the same time. So she, not to say she didn't like it, but she was like, wow, you're really saying some of the stuff that you're saying, and it was just a shock. But she couldn't admit that it wasn't good. Like it was good, but it wasn't as good as it is now. She loves it now.
So what is it that inspired you to start doing music?
I'd say it kind of was just like on a whim. I was in 7th grade. I was the captain of like a Black History Bowl team, and one of my teachers was like, write a poem for Black History Month and perform it at the PTA meeting. So I was like, cool. So I wrote a poem, and like that's back when I thought all poetry had to rhyme. So everything's rhyming. And after I do that, I'm like, okay, that was pretty cool. That was pretty easy. Let me write a rap now, because poetry is rap. So the same thing. And I just decided to write a rap, and I really was like, okay, I really like this shit. And I really just like had that one rap for like all of 7th grade. I didn't write nothing else. Like I really spit that for like a year and a half. And then like 9th grade, I started writing. I had like at least 4 verses. Really probably like 5 verses done. But just started 9th grade, I started writing like verses on top of verses consistently.
Okay. So like, I know 2016 has been a pretty big year for you. Like, tell us some of your accomplishments that you've, like what is some of your highlights for 2016?
My highlights of 2016. First off would probably be, like I said, I'm a poet, so I was the intern for my poetry organization, Atlanta Where It Works. We recently merged with Vox Teen Communications, and we were a nonprofit. Now we have full funding, and I was the very first Atlanta Where It Works summer intern, paid internship, and that felt good. And now I'm a teaching artist of the poetry organization because I'm alumni, too old to be an actual member. But like as the mentor and as a teaching artist, I was helping mentor the poetry team for an International Youth Poetry Festival, and I was on the team in 2014 and 2015. Came to 2nd place last year in 2015, and this year, me mentoring the team, this year's team came in 3rd place, and that just really felt good to, that was me on stage just last year, and now I'm in a position of like mentorship, helping them become the poets and the people that they're destined to be. So it was like just really giving back and seeing the flip side of it. That was really one of the biggest things for me this year. Other than that, just music, rapping, and been performing like places here and there, get my face out, so that's cool. I love when people say they fuck with my music, they fuck with my performance.
So do you see this as like a career?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like even if because I go to Georgia State, and like my plan, if I'm not a rapper, if I'm not a famous artist by the time I die, then I'm still going to be an artist because I'm going to Georgia State. I'm majoring in African American Studies and creative writing, or minor in creative writing, and I want to be the creative director of the poetry organization that I'm a member of right now, or alumni of right now. And I'm teaching artists. I want to move up and just get higher and higher on staff to the point where I can be the creative director, maybe even the executive director of the organization. So I'm gonna always be dealing with art. I'm gonna always be dealing with expression and poetry and just vibrations in general.
Yeah, that's super dope. And like, so for 2017, like, where do you see yourself? Where do you hope to be at?
2017 is the year of one. I feel that 2017 will be like a new beginning. Not even a new beginning, but like this is the genesis. You know, this is the beginning.
Right.
Of it's getting bigger. You know, I just see like numerologically speaking, 2017 like is 1. You know, 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 1 because it's 10 plus 1 is 0. So 1. It is the beginning. Like that's the only way I'm seeing this. That's the only way I can see this. Everything is really about to take off in 2017.
So are you planning to go to South by Southwest?
I'm hoping to God that I make it. That's another big one for me. Is I really need to get out there. Shout out to my brother DJ Georgie Rocks.
Yeah, when you get to South by Southwest, you basically made it. Like that's like where everybody goes to get their start. Like nowadays, basically,
yeah.
That's what's going on. Like so tell me about your last project. Like what inspired it?
What has inspired it? All right, so if you'll say my last project, I'm really just thinking about the one I've been working on. It's Coley the mixtape. The last project is really Coley the EP, and that was on SoundCloud. I think I took it down actually. Like that's like,
yeah.
Oh shit. Like that's 2014. But I've been working on the mixtape since 2014.
So let me see. Let me rephrase the question. Like, okay, so what inspired your last project, and how does it differ from what you're doing now? Like, how does it differ from this new music?
Okay, so the last project, Coley the EP, that was 2014. That was inspired. That was really just everything I was writing throughout high school. So when I was in high school, like I said, I was writing hella verses, and I only recorded three songs. Wait, 4. One was a solo. I never even dropped it, like my single. But the other 3, I was rapping on it with my partner Dio. I recorded like 4 songs, and that was it all throughout high school. So the first day of college, 2014, fall 2014, I don't smoke any weed. I was mad because I couldn't find the plug. I was like, damn, how am I in college? I can't find no weed. So I went to Dio dorm and we started recording. I laid 13 verses that day, and it was 7 full songs. So I got 7 full songs. I got all these unfinished like half songs, and then songs that I'm waiting to Dio to get on. And went back a few days later, and I think I laid like 8 that night or 7 that night, and I was like 5 more full songs. So it was really just the shit that I had built up. Whenever people would say rap, I always could just pull a written out of my head. And especially all throughout high school, like I said, I didn't record nothing, so nobody heard any of my raps unless I had spit it for you before. So the first project was like, because those 4 songs on Coley the EP were on the original Coley the mixtape track list. Before I even thought of let me do an EP and then a mixtape, it was just Coley the mixtape. And it was like those 4 songs was on there. I was like, fuck that. I'm going to take these off because they kind of summed up, in my opinion, they summed up where I was going with it at the beginning. It's still like I'm going the same direction, but it's just evolved so much. Like, because I really feel like Coley the EP is just an offspring of Coley the mixtape. Like that was like almost like the KOK into my Super Saiyan. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that was
that was the references out here. So how does it differ?
Coley the mixtape. Back then in 2014, before that was like when I was on my poetry team when I first joined. And I had so much growth, like, since then. Like, just that environment that they really pushed me to grow as a person, performer, and as an artist, and as a poet. Like, just in all these different aspects. And I stopped limiting myself.
Right.
I used to feel that I had to rap about a certain thing. I had to rap about pussy and bitches and rap about drugs. Which I still may rap about drugs, but it may be in a different light. It may be in a different tone. Exactly. I still smoke. I'm actually about to stop smoking though, but look at that. So,
I mean, people say that, but then they go right on back.
That's been me. But no, for real, I'm about to stop smoking this next semester because I'm about to really just get on the shit with school, focus on school, and just be writing. But it differs because my mind has. It's like my mind has been growing. It just keep going and keep going. It's like these bars. They're getting outdated. It's like I need to write something that surpasses that. Something needs to take that spot because that one doesn't stand up with everything else that's been getting written recently. This shit that I just wrote is way fire than that. That's the oldest song that's on the tape so far. Let me take that shit off. Like out of the 19, 20 songs on the mixtape, 2 of them was recorded in 2015. Everything else was like, written in like early 2015, like spring, like February if I'm not mistaken. But that's the oldest. Like everything else is like the Crew Part 2. That's one of the oldest as well. That's August of 2015. After that, everything is literally November, December, all of 2016. Just new bars. Just
so really, it's just growth. Like
it's just growth.
It's the whole EP, and it spans years.
It's expanding years. Yeah. Literally, like it started, like I said, in 2014. The first Coley the mixtape track list, 10 songs, 2014, and literally none of those songs are on it anymore. Out of that very first track list, none of those songs are on this track list. Like that's how much is how long I've been working on this project.
Wow. Well, so I guess you could say that's a long time coming, like 3 years.
Definitely. Yeah.
So, yeah, like I can't wait to hear it. I know your fans can't wait to hear it. I know you had like a lot of love at your last event you performed at.
Yeah, that felt pretty good.
So what are some like words of wisdom that you would give to your fans?
Spread love, positive energy at all stakes. You know, you attract what you receive. So if you're in a negative situation and you still maintain to be the bigger person, you still maintain to be able to put positive energy in the atmosphere, even if you don't receive it initially. Even if you don't receive it right then and there, it will come back to you. That's what karma is. So there isn't such thing as good karma, there is bad karma. So it's just about the energy that you put out. That's really what the mixtape and what you attract. Like, energy is so real. And I can't go back to being the person that I used to be. After you learn something and you open your eyes, you can't go back to being you can't unopen your eyes. You know,
knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And once you've awakened, you can't.
I literally have the line, knowledge is power, in my mixtape. Like, knowledge is power versus ignorance is bliss.
This is true. So, where can your fans follow you? Like, where are you on social media? What's your ad?
At Coley Xavier, COLEYXAVIER.
One word?
Coley Xavier, one word. That's Twitter, SoundCloud, Instagram, Snapchat, and even Tumblr if you want to follow me on Tumblr. I really don't get on Tumblr very often, but I really want to revamp that shit. But Coley Xavier is the same on all of them. One word on all of them. COLEYXAVIER. Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Snapchat,
Tumblr. All right, well, there you have it. Coley Xavier, you guys.
Material possessions when growing up, but I had blessings, aware of the less fortunate in they living circumstances. Wake up, it's time to wake up. I understand stacking your money and getting your cake up, but if you waste it, was it worth it? Don't get me twisted. I know that no one's perfect, but you could have invested in something.